Right. Good evening, everyone. Sorry it's taken me so long. Right, can we all see me? Can we all hear me? Right, sorry about that. Let's make sure we've got cameras working. Some, not all of them, by the looks of it. Keep going. We'll see what we've got. Oh, everything's on really slow. Hey, Flymo, good to see you in the chat, mate. So yeah, we're just trying to work through all the cameras, make sure they're all working. So the A1 has not been kind to me this evening, and of course on the way home I decided that a Starbucks was needed. So yeah, white hot chocolate and a shot of hazelnut, by the way. It tastes exactly like Kinder Bueno. If you like your Kinder Bueno, I do. I love my Kinder Bueno. So yeah, by the looks of it, the only one that's not working is that one. Why is that one not working? That's the wrong one. Cool, that camera doesn't exist. Why? Okay. Wicked, so that camera doesn't exist. Right, okay then. So we'll just have to wing it a little bit. Don't know why that camera's gone off now, but yeah, we will carry on as intended. I suppose the other thing to do is we need to load up the software for the layout and get that all set up and working. In the meantime, we'll start the truck. We can't use that one. Can't use that one because it needs a battery recharge. That's just typical. So unfortunately, I've literally got home at like 10 minutes to, so I've literally had to come out here and scramble like crazy to try and get everything sorted and set up and working again for the live stream. I think going forward, I think probably what I'm going to end up doing is I'm probably going to end up just doing an hour live streams as opposed to 2 hours. I know the 2 hours does tend to fly by, but yeah, it's quite hard at times to do these sort of things. But anyway, so lots of you in the thing, lots of you in the chat. Clyde Bridge, Fly Mo, Jerry BVR, New Junction, good to see you, mate. Haunted Railway, Jake, appreciate it. Dave R, 84, Jason, Cobberton Junction, Mark Wilson, good evening, mate. Loving your pictures as always. And Vanessa, says Jason. Clyde Bridge, what about 90 minutes? An hour and a half then? Okay, maybe. We'll think about it. We'll see how this one goes anyway. But I certainly enjoyed the last live stream anyway, so as I've not done it for a long time. But yeah, at the moment, everything is just all over the place. It's probably the best way to explain the layout at the moment. So I have no idea what's where, what's working, what needs attending to. It's all gone wrong already. I've got a load of stock on the main by the looks of it, so that's on Flymo's bridge. There's no loco on it, so obviously I've been doing something and pulled the loco off halfway through. So that doesn't want to work. Cool, excellent. Turntable's in the wrong place as well. This is what comes when you try to rush things, and then of course when you boot up the computer it sits there and goes, it needs to do updates, it needs to do this, it needs to do that, and then you end up restarting the computer 3 blooming times to actually get it up on screen, which is very, very annoying. So right, let's just restart the turntable again, because that's not found its home position. On the other side of things, obviously some of you will have seen in my videos recently that I've been doing up the wife's 5-inch gauge 08, and that's coming along really nicely. My next kind of step is, because obviously I've got rid of lots of things and made sure the cab is empty so you can literally look through the cab, the next plan is to actually do some cab work. So yeah, I've kind of got the makings of the cab at the moment. Let me just go to the Me Cam. So I've kind of got the makings of the cab at the moment, as you can kind of see. So basically just going to be lots of wires and plastic bits and all that sort of stuff and everything like that. The floor, as you probably, I don't know if you can tell or not, but the floor is actually higher up. So effectively this is a false floor. So normally these seats would basically just be on sort of stilts in the corners, that kind of thing. But what I've had to do is I've had to kind of, because the controller and everything's all under here, I've kind of had to basically raise the floor up a little bit actually. But yeah, that's kind of the sort of work in progress I've got at the moment. You can laugh at the fact that these are actually water bottle tops, just painted black for seats. They seem to work quite well actually as seats. And I made the desk out of plastic card, same with the console at the back here as well, so that needs a little bit of a cut in it as well. Got a water pipe down there as well, got the startings of some of the wiring and everything there, some pipe work coming down the side, just down the side there as well. Going to put all the controls and everything like that in there as well, because basically the cab's going to have a light in it as well, so you'll be able to see all this as well. And then of course I suppose at some point I should probably get a 5-inch gauge 3D printed figure, and then I'm going to have great fun cutting his top half of his body, or cutting his legs off, should I say. So yeah, that's very cool. But yes, bit time consuming, so yeah, it's definitely going to take a little bit of time to sort that out, but yeah, it should be really cool once it's finished and you'll be able to see everything inside the cab and all sorts. So yeah, that'd be cool. Right, let's go back to the turntable. Turntable's now in the right position. Good. Have we got black 5? Yeah, that's all alive now. Those are light. Those are working. Cool. Excellent. Fine. Unfortunately, I've not managed to. Let me just pop that down behind me at the moment. I've not managed to get the camera. So what I said I was going to do was, I've got this. Got another camera here, basically all set, ready to go, with a heat sink and all that sort of stuff on the back of it. And my plan is to put it inside that signal box just there, actually. I like the fact that they're small and discreet and they can be hidden. If you actually look at the bridge, if you actually look at the tunnel, excuse me, you might be able to see the remnants of one of them. In actual fact, you can actually just see one sticking out the front of the signal box in the very bottom corner, the bottom right hand corner. There is one just there, if you can just see it. And of course the other one we've got as well is sort of tucked over in this corner, right over there. So you can just about see them. They're not completely invisible, but at the end of the day, they do a really good job actually. Right, brain, engage. Right, so the black 5 needs turning all the way round. So we'll spin that right round. Let's go down to the turntable and we can watch that go round and round and round. Very cool. Kinoxia Models, good evening Ben, how are you bud? I hope you're well. Did I miss anybody else coming in the chat? Model Railway Shed, good evening. Yeah, lots of people in actually. Surprising how many people are actually in actually. So that's good though. Shows my channel is pretty popular. Hello Mark and Lisa. Who's Mark and Lisa? Mark Wilson's in the chat. I don't know. You guys all know each other better than I do at the moment. Moneybrook Junction, good evening. Thank you for popping into the chat as well. Where do you get the cameras from, John? I get them off eBay, actually, believe it or not. What I shall probably try and do is I can post a link, actually. Robert, good evening. Thank you for dropping in. eBay. This is where it types a load of nonsense on my screen. Right, let's go and find the cameras. I should actually, while I think about it, I need to buy 2 more actually. So while I'm at it, I might as well. So I shall post that in the chat for you guys to have a look at. These are very cool. They're little USB cameras. So what I do is I've got multiple, I'm trying to think of the name of them now. Belkin. They do like a 7-way. Noisy. They do like a 7-way hub. And basically what I do is I basically position them around the layout. So there's one directly just in front of me here, and that basically does all the cameras for the station and stuff. I've got one in the loft section of the room that I'm in, basically, and that basically links to 1, 2, 3 of the cameras. So there's one just at the end of the station which is not working. There's this one which is on the wall junction, so that junction camera there, that's up on the wall basically. And then the other one I've got is the shed one, which is basically just on a piece of bar that sticks out across the thing. So yeah, I've got a few different cameras now. Those ones there tend to be the really good ones. I do have this desk one, which was one that I was experimenting with. It's a bit of a different style. It's very long and thin, as opposed to these ones. So if I just bring up, if I just bring up the Me camera quickly. So you've basically got the control board itself, and then you get a ribbon cable, and then you actually get the camera unit itself. Now these camera units get a little bit hot, so I bought some little heat sinks that I basically sit on the back to basically dissipate the heat that these generate basically. But yeah, they just have a 4-pin connector, and then they basically come off to a little USB plug, so they're nice, neat, discreet. You can get them in signal boxes and buildings and all that sort of stuff really easy. This one unfortunately you can't really see, but it's just a long thin thing. It's a bit awkward to position that one, so hence why that one's kind of ended up as the desk cam. The desk is a bit of a mess at the moment, lots of bits of plasticard and bits that I've been using and working on and stuff. We've got a new addition to the fleet which I'm currently working on. I'm just waiting for the decoder to come for that, so that should be in next week hopefully. So yeah, direct rail services, plain blue. Wanted one of those for quite some time now. And the other cool thing is next weekend I'm actually at the GBRF Gala weekend, so I'll be there basically operating some of Hornby Magazine's layouts, so really looking forward to that. That should be really good. Really looking forward, really excited about that actually. I don't know what's happened to this camera. That's not the camera I want. I don't know, I'll have to figure it out at some point. To be fair, I probably could. Oh god, that's completely the wrong camera now. That's a 920, that's a 920. That's the only other 930, and the only other one is down the far end, so yeah, that is genuinely not working. Very annoying. Right, I'll tell you what we could try. This is either going to go horribly wrong or work. Just let all the cameras bing off a minute. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Iron Horse, good evening, mate. Evening all, sorry I'm late. YouTube didn't bother to tell me that you were live. Yeah, okay. Well, to be fair, I was late in, actually, because when I booted the computer up, it decided that everything was just going to go update, 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 update. So, oh my gosh, we've lost all the cameras now. Oh dear. Oh dear. So yeah, as you can see, the loop is still a mess because there's lots of stuff happening down the far end at the moment. Little Britain. Okay, good evening. Haven't hung out here before. Good evening. Hope you're well. Yes, so well, I guess we're not going to use that camera then, because we can't actually get it on the selected one that we want it to be, which is a bit annoying. Never mind. We can try the blue lorry, see if the blue lorry is going to behave itself or dive off somewhere. Right, we can see if the blue lorry works. Don't know how well it's going to work, but there we go. So Flymo's Bridge, we should see that coming up. I think my biggest concern at the moment is I don't actually have any form of like crash barriers or anything like that down here. So this is all like all the way down to where it turns into the bridge is all empty. So I'm a bit concerned that one of them's going to take a dive, and that's a long old way down. So yeah, hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it stays on track and keeps going round and round in a circle. Obviously the layout lighting is obviously in place now. So the main lights, as you can see up the top here, they're all turned off. Still got problems with stupid plastic. So there's a plastic trim over here that no matter what I do with that, it doesn't want to stick. So that's very annoying. So I need to probably at some point, I'm probably going to end up like screwing and bolting it through at some point, just because it's very annoying. But never mind. I'll swap you a serviced PC for a fixed touches. Thanks, Bob. No, I can fix it myself. It's just a case of because I was a little bit late into the chat. I didn't actually get a chance to. I didn't actually get a chance to go and boot the computer up prior to it. So literally, I think it was like 2 minutes to 7 when I was trying to boot the computer up. Which is a little bit annoying. Usually I start up like half an hour beforehand, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, bit annoying. Never mind. It's just one of those things, isn't it? I'm just currently buying 2 more of those cameras while I remember, because otherwise I'll forget. I'm good at that. Because we've got basically more cameras to go down that far end that you can see behind there as well. So eventually we should have all that all cameraed up as well. So that'll be really cool. Once that's all cameraed up, right, what we need to do is we need to get the Black 5 out because we need to get it moving a train that's currently in the way. Thank you for your purchase, eBay. It's not the Fowler system, Little Britain. It is the car motion. It's the Wiesmann or Wiesmann, however you want to say it. Basically, it's the it is the Wiesmann ones, which is pretty cool. It works really well. It works really well, yeah. Get you the 9F out. Well, there's a problem with that. I sold the Bachmann one because I'm going to be getting a Hornby one at some point. The drink of choice for this evening is Starbucks white hot chocolate with a shot of hazelnut. A shot of hazelnut in it. Because quite frankly it reminds me of Kinder Buenos, and I love Buenos. They're amazing. Yeah, sorry mate. We'll get a Black 5 out though, you can have a listen to that instead. Jubilee's in the shed there, so we can get that out as well if you wanted. Have a sound chip coming from my 00158. That would be very cool. I like the 158. 158 is very cool, but it would completely and utterly not fit in with anything on this layout. I've not changed the point. Goody goody, look where the problems are. Idiot. Both LMS anyway. No, the 9F is certainly not LMS. The 9S is BR. Basically, it was the last ever locomotive to be produced and built by BR. The Jubilee and the Black 5, on the other hand, they are, as you say. Right, let's just check that, because that's been playing up the last few times. We're going to have to basically push this rake of coaches back into the siding. Never mind. That shouldn't be... The sound is from Howell's Models. Oh, that'd be interesting to hear then. The home layout is N-gauge. Oh, why did you not buy the 158 in N-gauge then? That seems, the blue one seems to be oh, don't say it. Don't say it. Right, we need to push that back. I didn't do a lot of running last time, so I'm quite determined to do some running this evening. Actual running shots. I've had a little bit of a modify down the far end as well. So, as some of you may know, there was a bit of a kind of thing where I had two sidings down the far end. Now, I've kind of got this plan that I'm going to use the trucks to go off down into the loop section as well, but they're going to come all the way down from the shed end. So, I've kind of got this long running plan for them. So, yeah, the one of the carriage sidings has been removed now. Because I've also got this other plan that I'm gonna drop. So I've got the two loops at the far end. The inner loop. Well, actually, what am I talking about? I can actually show you. So as you can see there's two loops there. The inner loop, I've now got this crazy idea that the inner loop is now going to basically drop down underneath the layout, and there will be like hidden sidings underneath there basically. So yeah, Car Motion is another magnetic tape system, a follow system. Basically looks the same technology as the Fowler. No. I will stick my hand up and say no. The principle of it, yes, in the sense that it drives and it steers and everything and it follows the magnetic system. But these things are so much better and so much cleverer than the Fowler systems. So you can arrange on that tape, alongside the edge of that tape, you can arrange a set of magnets to basically get the unit to do different things. So it can slow, it can stop, it can basically activate indicators left or right, and it all depends on the orientation of the magnets as well. So you can do so much more with it. The other cool thing is if you've got one that's running faster than the other, it physically sees the one in front of it, and the rear one will basically slow to the same speed as the one in front. If the one in front stops, the one behind will stop as well. They are very, very clever in what they're doing. So the Fowler system is... It's along the same sort of lines as the Fowler system, but these are far, far superior in every single way. These are actually amazing. Plus you can also get things like little remote controls to control all the lighting features, the speeds, forward and reverse, everything basically. So yeah, that is very, very cool indeed. I will be getting one of the Volkswagen Beetles as well. Basically the idea is the Beetle will basically run here. The Beetles will basically run in this bit, being the oldie worldy kind of end of the layout, and then the two sort of modern trucks that we've got running around the layout at the moment. Well, I'll say one of them's going around the layout, the other one's sat in front of me here. But they will basically be down the far end, and they will basically be running into the loop, back round, all that sort of stuff, going up an incline because I've got a plan to hide it. I've got a plan to drop the other section down. Yeah, there's so many things going on at the moment, and I just don't have enough time to do it all. It's very annoying at times, but there we go. Oh, they're brilliant. If I can charge the battery quick enough on this one, what I can do is I can set them off as well. So yeah, you might have seen on Facebook earlier today as well, Mr. Iron Horse is immortalised by Model U. Now I'm not entirely sure why, but he's not put my figure up on the YouTube thing yet, so I might need to chase him up about that and work out why he's not done that basically. So yeah, basically I do have a figure myself. This is reference 1044. And basically that is a figure of me, which you can see stood there crossed armed next to Jenna. No, she's not available before anybody asks, but yeah, you can get a little John JMC basically to go on your layout as well. I'll need to chase Alan up about that. Yeah. What we got here? Iron Horse. Chris is busy. He'll do it, mate. Just a gentle nudge. Chris or Alan? I thought it was Alan that. I'm pretty sure it was Alan. Clyde Bridge. Where would little John JMC go on my layout? Anywhere. That's the point. He's just stood there. I mean, someone has actually joked about the fact that. He, if you position him in a certain way, he does unfortunately look like he's... No, I'm not going to say it. Yeah, it's a very unfortunate pose I've got there, and yeah. So, never mind. Anywhere, really. I mean, I'm just got him stood on the platform there, to be honest. What I could do, actually, is I could move them... Let's move them both... Let's move them both down here a little bit. You can actually see him a bit better. Oh no, you can't see him at all now. Well, that was rubbish, wasn't it? That was me thinking I was doing something cool then, and When I say he's going to fall over, I'm going to fall over, I know I am. But there we go. So there's little Jenna. Oop. There's a little Jenna and a little John, basically. That's very cool. Is that a 37 you can hear in the distance? There is a 37 on the layout actually, so I could potentially run him out actually. When I can remember which one it is. I have too many 37s actually. I have 12 37s. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's that one. Yeah, you got it. So yeah, what we can do is we can send this train out. Dun 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 dun. That was strange, okay. Surprisingly, I have no 37s. It's on my bucket list. Get some. They're really cool. What make of those station seats, John? Those station seats are actually a bit of an anomaly. So when I worked at, I needed some station seats, and when I worked at, when I worked at Rails of Sheffield, basically we had a little box come in, and basically it had lots of little bits and all that sort of stuff in, and in amongst those little bits were those seats. So basically I just said, can I buy them? Basically, I think I bought them for like a tenner for the whole blooming lot actually. But they really are really cool actually. Well, this is the part where my desk cam actually comes in handy. So yeah, the seats themselves, and get them to focus, but they are actually made of strips of wood as well, and they've got little. Oh, God, it's so hard to do this. Sorry. Oh, there it is. They are absolutely lovely. Yeah, probably could need the wood darkening down a little bit, but really nice. Oh. Is it a Bachmann 37? Oh dear. Well, sorry to admit it, but it is in fact It is in fact a Bachmann one, that particular one. Oh dear, I've mucked it up. Hang on. That is indeed a Bachmann one. Which I have played about no end. Speakers after speaker after speaker to get that to sound any good. And yeah, I mean the model itself really nice, really robust, does really well, like the working fan feature, all that kind of stuff. You know, as a whole, a nice model. But if I had to be over critique and basically judge it based on sound alone, the Acura Scale 1 whoops arse over this. It really does. Okay, so you like the small yellow, right? Okay, no problem. We can ask and you shall receive. Dun, 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 dun. Right, so basically it means I now need to get rid of this one out of the way. It's just not as good. It's just not as good. It's definitely just not as good. See, already I can hear that down the far end, and the Acura Scale 1 is way better. Like miles better. Yeah. Absolute miles better. It completely and utterly dwarfs any sound that's coming out of that Bachmann one at the moment. And the Bachmann one I have played with no end to basically get the speaker. I've changed all the speakers, I've played with it, I've done all sorts to it to basically. I've even cut up an EM2 speaker, basically, and let me see if I can find it actually. I actually cut up an EM2 speaker to take the driver out of it to see if I can mount that in there. Where is it? I bet I'll never find it now. Oh, hang on, it's on the side here. Right. So. It just sounds way, way better. Now, I don't know how well that's coming through to you guys, but honestly, just way, way better. Spad? Where? To be honest, that one's playing up at the moment. Oh, there we go. I don't know what was up with that. Spad? Where? I'm confused. Okay, interesting. I honestly can't see a spad on my diagram in front of me, so if you spotted something on the layout that I'm not aware of. Mark Wilson, do I have an 08? I have two actually, and technically my wife has one as well. She has a 5-inch gauge one, which is awesome, by the way. So yeah, you were saying about 37s. There you go. The point motor sound always cracks me up. Yeah, it's they are quite loud actually. These are the MTB Terminator points. The MTB MP1s that I use around the layout. I have had this contemplation that maybe I should look at changing them all to servos because they are really loud. I'm not disputing that at all. But yeah. Do you not work at Rails of Sheffield anymore, John? Nope, I do not, Mark. I basically left there. I needed to be closer to home for personal reasons, and I was a good hour's drive away from home when I was at Rails. So basically, originally I left with the intention of going back and working not for Network Rail but a subcontractor to them, basically looking after signalling engineer stuff and all this sort of stuff. It's something I used to do back in like 2016 and all this sort of stuff. It was going to be shift work. I wasn't really going to probably enjoy it, but it meant I was closer to home, and that was really important for me at the time. So yeah, basically in the process of me leaving Rails, word got about, and I basically had a phone call from someone basically saying give Ellis Clark Trains a call. You might be exactly what he's after. So gave him a call, went and saw him, had a chat, exactly what I was after. So basically DCC specialist for Ellis Clark, and do all the electronics and everything like that on production models. So basically all the new models, anything that's got electronics in them, I basically work on that now, which is really cool. Love it, to be honest, and the cool bonus is I get to work from home, so I can't really beat that. So yeah, I obviously left. I obviously went back in and told Rails this is what was happening and all this lot. This is what's happened and all this lot. Absolutely wonderful, no hard feelings, completely understand the situation, all this kind of stuff and everything, and I left there really amicably. Everyone was sad to see me go. You know, I had a nice time there, I had a great time there with the guys. It was chaos, it was very busy, but that's to be expected. You know, I went from Digitrains to Rails of Sheffield, and it was just wow. I mean, the scale of that business compared to what I was used to was phenomenal. You know, brilliant bunch of people there, absolutely epic. Miss working with quite a few of them, but yeah, so yes, basically I now work for Ellis Clark. Sorry, I've got speakers in my hand because what I was actually trying to do was I was actually trying to show, let's go to the Mecam. So this is basically the original speaker that is fitted in the Bachmann Class 37s. It's a 28mm sort of bass, high bass sort of speaker. It's quite good. It's an 8 ohm 2 watt, so I had a bit of a play with that, so that's interesting. Just remembered what I did now. Then I tried cutting down. This was a square, originally a 28mm square, but I ended up cutting the corners down and rounding that off. So slightly different kind of cone material. Sorry, not cone material. The rubber on the side. So this has got a slightly less So this has potentially got more movement in it. Worked out okay, not that great. So then I cut up an EM2. The horror, I hear you say. So I cut up an EM2 to basically get that driver out of an EM2. Now, it went in, it worked. Still wasn't overly happy with it. Plus, we went from a 28mm round speaker, as you can see there. We went from a 28mm round to a 21mm round. So I actually downsized the speaker in that there. So yeah, thank you, Mark. I really appreciate that. So yeah, that was the next thing I did. So yeah, didn't work out. Right. So what have I got in there now? I hear you all saying. So I have basically, I call them like a doorbell speaker. They're an 8 ohm 1 watt 28mm round speaker, and they're quite a large enclosure. So what I did was I actually cut that enclosure out, basically got that speaker out of there, and I put it into the Bachmann model. I also changed the little 15x11 speaker that was in there as well. So yeah, it's had 5 different types of speakers fitted into it now, just to try and get it on par with what we basically get from a Curoscale, quite frankly. And I've just got nowhere near it. So yeah. So the chap who was the chap that wanted the small yellow panel 37 TS Railways, there you go. I'd like a green small yellow panel split head code 37, but finding one's a pain. Yeah, well, there you go, there's one on the screen, but no, you're not having it. Basically, I have 11 of the Curoscale 37s, and yes, I do plan to get some more. So there's a plain blue one that they're doing with an orange line on it. That's definitely on my hit list. The latest one I've just got is the Harry Needle, the Harry Needle orange one. So that's pretty cool. I'm just going to shut up and let this thing. Very cool. Very, very cool. Sorry, just putting another 37 on the track, basically. So basically, I did all the 37s and all this kind of stuff. Now, originally I wasn't set to go and get the 37s. I was going to have an all green one from Bachmann. That was the original plan. And then I saw that Curoscale were doing their D67000 with Locomotion models, and that was literally it. It was a case of, that's it, I'm getting one of those as well. So my original intention was to basically put the two side by side, do a little comparison video, have a little laugh with it, and all this kind of stuff. And yeah, basically, well, the long and the short of it is New Junction, who's in the chat right now. It's a real problem when you have a friend who works for a particular company, because he'll always bring over stuff to basically put on the layout, show off, and basically just generally do some testing, that kind of thing. Just generally do a little bit of testing and all that sort of stuff, and let you see the models and let you have a play with them and all this kind of stuff and everything like that. Great, cool, excellent, fantastic. Thank you very much. So yeah, basically I've gone and put the Loco in question on the track, because this is basically the one that started it all off for me. Originally I didn't have any of the Acura Scale 37s, and then Richard came over with Lockheed, and he was very kind enough to leave it with me for about a week, in fact. And in that week I just fell in love with them. I really did. I was blown away how nice they were. I was blown away things. You know, at the time, yeah, I was thinking, oh, am I disappointed that it hasn't got a working fan in it and all this sort of stuff? Do you know what? No, not really. The model makes up for it in so many ways that I'm just like, oh, do you know what? That's it. And it just started it off, and I just went nuts. And then I got Spirit of the Lakes, and then I got Concrete Bob. I honestly can't remember the order I got them in. It's been that long now. I honestly just cannot remember the order that I've actually picked up all these Locos in, but they are absolutely fabulous. I really do love the 37 as a whole anyway, and it's been a kind of one of those models that I mean, I had one of the early Batman 37s originally as well, and that was all modified. That had an EM2 in the tank, that had a 20 by 20 in the a 20 by 20 inside the body. It had a working roof fan as well. Basically I'd gone through and I'd fitted working fans to things like my 24, my Batman 24, my 37, all that sort of stuff, and I'd fitted them myself basically. Yeah, I mean, subsequently that model went when the new Batman one came. Now in hindsight I wish I got rid of the new Batman one and kept my original 21 pin 37 that I did from Batman all those years ago. I wish I'd kept that one instead now, because that one sounded so much better, and that one actually put the Acura Scale ones to shame. So yeah, really annoyed at myself for selling that one, if I'm honest. I just shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have sold it. I should not have sold that model. So yeah, kicking myself royally for that one. However, I have seen one appear fairly recently, that particular model appear fairly recently again, so I am very tempted to get that model and basically redo what I did all those years ago. Do I hate doing things like that? Yes, I really do, but it's just worth doing. So yeah, in a minute now, I should say. So this is basically, this is the one that started it all off for me. Yeah. This was the one that started it all off for me. It started me off down a very narrow path. I mean, the other thing I really liked about this as well was the fact that you actually got the coupling. Yeah, you actually got the coupling as well as the ploughs on the front of it, and that was a real game changer for me, because it was always a case of, oh, you ended up doing one or the other and you couldn't have both and all this kind of stuff. And when Acura Scale did this and they did the plough with that, you know, I liked the plough. I mean, I'm forever getting told off by New Junction for basically fitting the ploughs to every single one of them that I've got. That's probably a lie, actually. There's probably one or two that I haven't fitted the plough to, but the plough is a big thing for me. So yeah, a real game changer in that sort of sense as well. Why does that picture look really squished? It looks really rounded at the sides, doesn't it? That looks weird. Okay. Never mind. Alan Price, good evening. I did see you pop in there, mate. So, Tim, did I get any of the 66s, John? Yes, I did. I did. I will tell you in a second when I've finished driving. Can't do too many things at once. So yeah, this was the one that did it all for me. Very cool model. Yeah, has to be one of my favourite models. They are just, they're so good, and I just really like this whole model. Just really set it off. Right, Akira Scale 66s. Yes, I did get some. I got 3 in total. I would like another one. I would like the original GBRF one. With the rounded sort of body ends. So yeah, that's on my kind of hit list if I get a chance to get one of those. Good evening, Robin. Will you be trying a 31, John? I already have technically tried a 31, actually. So at Key Model World Live, Richard brought over a 31 for me to try on my layout at that exhibition. So that was pretty cool. So, we're going to evening now, by the way, guys. So everything's going to start to get a little bit dark. Generally helps if I change direction. Whoops. Sort of thing. Leave a loco with you. That's train grooming. Totally understandable. Excellent, Mark. Yeah, definitely. I don't think he quite realised. I think you'll find I'll try it out the 37. Yes, Ben, you were driving it, okay, but it was on my layout. Yeah, yes, it was on Halland. Yes, it was on Halland. And Halland has unfortunately gone now. It's moved on. So I sold it. I sold it back at the end of May, June. Basically, just to make some room for more layouts. Basically. So yeah, I no longer have that layout, which is, I gotta be honest, it's very surreal. It's very surreal feeling knowing I don't own it anymore. It was one of those layouts that I honestly thought, oh look at that, the truck's crashed. I didn't realise that. Whoops. Yeah, it was one of those layouts that I'm really kind of saddened by the fact that I'm not going to get to use it anymore, because it was a big part of my life, very big part of my life. We've had that layout in some reiteration of itself since 2011. So yeah, it's done a fair few shows. It's been around quite a lot and all this sort of stuff. So I have a couple of the 31s landing, white stripe. That's very cool. And used to see them run past my bedroom window in the 80s on Birmingham New Street. Oh, wicked. That's very, very cool. So, West Hill Wagon Works. Good evening, Chris. Which Chris, though? That's the problem. There's too many Chris's. Mind you saying that, you could say that about too many Johns, to be honest, in this hobby, but there we go. Hope you're well, mate. Yeah. Lots of the buildings, etc., that are currently appearing down the diesel depot end. A lot of them have come from West Hill Wagon Works. I appreciate Chris and Chris spending a lot of time, the younger one. I appreciate them spending a lot of time with me getting things sorted, and basically just getting my layout up to the sort of standards that I want it to be at. Let's send that one. Let's send him that way. Point levers they certainly are West Hill Wagon Works. I'm trying to think. Oh, there's so much stuff on here that is West Hill Wagon Works. I can't remember what is and what isn't anymore. Well, that's not going the right way. So what's wrong with that? Well, that's most annoying. There we go. All those huts there. Sorry, there's some huts just in front by the signal box there. West Hill. Crikey, there's quite a few. There's lots of things West Hill on here. If you want bits, just go to West Hill Wagon Works, guys. They're pretty wicked. Oh, the range is just so intense that every time I go in there, I spot, what is going on? I don't think I've ever had anything derail on that point, but okay. It chooses to do it. Right, I'm just trying to think now. What do we want? I'll shut that door because it's getting a bit cold out there. Oh, that was it. I think you wanted the Iron Horse. You wanted the Jubilee out, didn't you? You wanted the Jubilee out. However, the Jubilee will have to go for a visit to the turntable. Don't always catch up on live streams often. I know, it's very cool to see you in my live stream, mate. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, very, very cool. Oh, in actual fact, the keen viewer amongst you might be able to spot that the Jubilee has a new headboard as well, actually. So again, this is another one of those things that you just randomly go through a box and then you find. So I found a load of 00 headboards, and this one, I just had to have this one. So the headboard fitted to the front of the Jubilee is the Midlander, which is very, very, very cool for me. just making sure I had pulled that far enough forward there. I don't want another derailment, please. Right, we need to get the 37 in the platform. Really need to take a trip to West Hill Wagon Works. Mark, you really do need to take a trip to West Hill Wagon Works. I can't thank the guys enough there, because they always come up with some really cool extras for the layout or something like this. So I ended up doing the shed. I've got a single row diesel maintenance shed, and Chris, very, very cool, basically did me some lenses for the 3 lights that are along the side of it, and they're awesome actually. To be fair, there might be, here they are, I've actually got them here actually. So I actually got them here in front of me, which is wicked. So yeah, these little, oh, you can't see them that well on camera unfortunately, come on, focus. Yeah, so there's some little lenses, little covers. Yeah, he did a spot. Oh, he just did a spot job with it. I might have to go and visit him again though, because I have a few more little lights that need some covers. So yeah, I will go and see the man. And at the same token as well, it's also a really cool thing to actually take some of your stuff along and have a play on their massive layout, because it's awesome fun. So yeah, whenever I'm testing something like my TPE Mark V sets that I've had recently, obviously I don't get a full run on this, but yeah, it's just cool to basically take your stuff along and basically give it a hell of a run on that layout. It's wicked. I need to go and see them as well, because I need to actually finish up some bits on their layout for them. So a bit of computer control. Have we got a computer yet, Chris, for the layout? I've crashed. No problem, John. Just drop us a message. Nice one. Right, shed. No, we don't want shed. We want turntable. This is the annoying thing. The layout has now gone dark. So yeah, again, people that have literally have a mini PC set up. Yay! Into a Mac this time, won't be on the TV. Oh, awesome! Fantastic. Right, that's cool. What's going on with this? It's like it can't focus on me in the dark. Come on. Come on. Icky wakey. There we go. Yeah, so annoyingly, you're not going to actually get to see this this headboard very well, actually. It's a bit of a shame. Never mind. I'll show it for another camera anyway. Proper sound, DCC. Woohoo! Simon, good evening, mate. Hope you're well. Got one of your... Caroline, that's the word. I got one of your Carolines up there actually. So yeah. Aha, cool. Right, the other truck's finished charging now, so we can actually run these two together. Right, so what in theory we should hopefully see, the silver truck should now catch up with the blue one, and you'll see the brake lights come on. It's just going to be annoying now, because it's going to be a case of where's going to be the best place to get this thing to catch up. It's probably going to be up here, I'm hoping. $42 in the stream tonight. Wow, I'm actually flattered, guys. Thank you very much. So yeah, you'll see this come up. There you go. So you'll see the brake lights activate, and then they'll basically just follow each other around. They will quite literally just follow each other along quite merrily. No input from me whatsoever. The silver truck is actually power slide round the corner. Excellent. The silver truck is actually set to run faster than the blue one. So yeah, just really cool. And then you've got all things like you can change all their lights. So we can stick on like the hazard lights as they go around. So there you go, you've got the hazard lights going on as they go around. We'll have the... You can put on the full beams. As well, you can do all sorts with them. They're so cool. Honestly, they just make the Fala system look very archaic and ancient. And just if you're gonna do like the car systems and all that sort of stuff, by all means, go ahead and do these. They're very cool. They are so cool, in fact. And then what I was saying to you earlier as well is if I go ahead and stop one. The other one stops as well. Very cool. So yeah, the other one's off. There goes the silver one, fast as lightning. Pew, pew, pew. Maybe I need a camera on the truck. Maybe I need a camera down on the side for the trucks so we can watch them about as well. That'd be pretty cool. I'll just slow the silver one down a bit. That's pretty cool. Right, what was I doing? I get sidetracked very easy. Sorry guys. There's so much going on in this layout at times that it's really hard to keep track of it. I used to have some helpers that used to come and help me out, but oh well. Starting to realise that these cameras, they don't really like the dark. It's probably the best way to explain it. And as you can see, all underneath the underside of the layout here, that's all lit up as well. So basically, it doesn't detract from above, that kind of thing. And that was set up intentionally, basically, just so we could carry on running things, basically. Again, that should... I don't know why it does that. It should change. to stand up at this bit because it's a case of I can't see everything that's going on. I'm watching too many. I need extra cameras for me. Northwood Central Dave, yes, it is very cool the way it basically slows down to match the truck speed, and if you slow down the one in front, it slows down that one as well. They are very cool. They are very, very cool indeed. Is there a way you can turn off the night settings? Yes, I can send a DCC command to basically say turn on daytime. But why would you want to? It's so cool when it basically changes all the night and day settings, etc. For you to be able to basically enjoy it, like all the lights on the layout, etc. It looks so cool when it's like this. You know, all the buildings all light up and everything. So really, I've got to do some work on that pub. As you can see, it has phenomenal light bleed. Whoops. Bit of a heavy-handed bump there. So yeah, I've got to do a little bit of work to that pub at some point. I've got to do a little low relief building along that back wall. So along this side here, I want some sort of low relief building to go along there. Now I've recently seen the, I think it's Gothland Station or Gothland Hotel or something like that. That looks really cool. So yeah, that's probably going to be a contender. That's probably going to be a contender for that once I get it sorted as well. Which system are you using for the night and day? My own. Basically, it's a strip of RGB lighting. It's a strip of... I've got a mixture of white and warm white in certain places. So this area in front of me here, which is the station, I have warm white. Over by the junction, and the shed itself, I've just got plain white. Down the far end, again, that's plain white with a bit of a mix of warm white in there at certain places as well. But yeah, the system itself is basically on a timer. So basically, I get a 60-minute daytime, I get a half an hour night time, and then I basically have 2 transitions of evening and morning, which are basically 10 minutes in transition as well. The other thing the system also does as well is it also controls the building lights as well. So at certain points you'll see the building lights in front of us here, so the shed and the station master's house and everything like that. You will see the pub, excuse me, you will see those building lights turn off throughout the time as well. So yeah, that's a very cool thing I've been working on in the background. Wouldn't it be really cool if I could mass produce it? Oh, so many headaches. Oh, Starbucks white hot chocolate with a hazelnut shot in. Okay, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Tastes like Kinder Bueno. I love Kinder Bueno. These are amazing. I blame Nikki and Keith. If you are watching, I blame you for putting me on the white hot chocolate. I then blame Nikki for telling me to put a caramel shot in it. But then at the same token, after the caramel shot, I figured out that, oh, actually, if I put a hazelnut one in, it tastes like Kinder Bueno. So there we go. It's their fault. And I've just thrown it all over my arm. Excellent. Excellent. Let's back it up a little bit, and then we get the full effect of the lamps as well, because I have lamps on the front of this engine. Very cool. What's going on? Nikki sent me a message going, ha ha ha. Oh man, lots of cool things. Oh no, lots of cool things on eBay that I've not bid on and I've lost. What a moron! Urgh. Damn it. Never mind. Right. Do 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 do. Oh, Flymo, ever so good there, reminding everyone to hit the like button if you would appreciate it. Do share the stream, and of course, if you're not already subscribed, subscribe to my channel. It really appreciate it. It would go a long way, and it might make me feel that I can actually get on with and do more of these kind of things. Peter Jackson, Cheadle Heath, do you put brake lights in the coaches, John? And could you fit West Hill lamps with LEDs? Yes, I most certainly could. I do actually have a rake of coaches that are already like that. So as an example, we have the inspection saloon. When I can remember which one it is. Which I can't at this time. Strange. Yeah, I do have an inspection saloon that basically has all the tail lamps and everything like that already fitted, and I do have a rake of 4 LMS coaches that are fully fitted with DCC ESU light bars, and they have the lamps on the rear as well. But yeah, I understand what you mean though. Wouldn't it be cool actually to yeah, might have to do that considering the situation actually. Yep. Bad Peter telling me to do new things. Oh dear, that's not gone well. Someone didn't select forward gear. The lamps look great on the kettle. Thanks, I appreciate that, Mark. I think I'm going to have to like go through this rigmarole process of setting up lights in the Mark 1s and all sorts of stuff, actually. Yes. Yes, that could be quite annoying. But yeah, it definitely would benefit from a nice red light on the back there, wouldn't it? That'd be very cool. Problem is, if I go and do it now, then I'll end up blooming well. If I go and do it now and get my coaches out that actually have all the lighting built in and everything like that, the likelihood is it will turn to blooming it will turn from night time to daytime, because that's just the way things go. Sorry, making work for you. No, it's fine. Yes, ESU. So Rapido are now the sole suppliers of ESU in this country. So Southwest Digital have obviously passed the baton along, and yeah, you know, I remember Southwest Digital years and years back doing lots of cool things. So yeah, yeah. What can I say, really? Do. I don't have any Acura Scale Mark 2s. I have a set of Mark 1s coming eventually, whenever they get here. Whoops, that's the wrong one. But yeah, I'm basically waiting for those to go. Call it. Pre-owned Batman 37 DCC sound, weathered, £218. What do we think, guys? Decent price. Sounds pretty cool to me, considering decoders are now over the £100 mark. You know, to be honest, that sounds pretty good to me. What's in the way? So yeah, you can kind of see my inspection saloon there. I changed the direction. Oh, I've got it set up as a... I obviously haven't changed that back. But yeah, no, so yeah, you got the red light on the back there. I forgot I'd done that actually. What's the count on a Cura scale 37s on your layout? That would be 11. So we're up to 11 with potentially 2, possibly 3 more coming. Yeah, it's getting a little bit crazy at some points, but there we go. So Peter Jackson looks like looks nice, old style tungsten lighting. Yeah, pretty much. I'm still playing with the Caroline. I'm basically doing sound in the Caroline as well. So yeah, I'm still kind of playing away with that one at the moment. Missing out on all the action here. It's 7 more than the total number I have. Well, technically it's 12 if you include the Batman one, but I don't really... You didn't say the... you said the Acura scales. I'm going to stop it there. Because I want you all to see the Midland aboard. I've gone too far, haven't I? Can't really see it, can you? Never mind. The headboard, yes. What else we got going on? Whoa. Let's see what else we got. Get one out for Mark Wilson, actually, considering he asked me earlier about 08s. So yeah, I do have 2 08s. Actually, I have a green one, which is 3200, and then I actually have John, the first Great Western liveried 088822, excuse me. So yeah, I actually have that one. So yeah, we can have that one out as well. Simon, do email me proper DCC sounds. Could you email me details about your Caroline sound? I can do. Is there a figure stood on the bridge? Yes, there is a figure still stood on the bridge. That will be New Junction, but unfortunately, we can't get that camera for some reason today. I don't know why. That camera seems to have packed up. That's the wrong camera completely. Yeah, I don't know why. That camera has just given up the ghost. Which is a bit of a shame. Caroline sound. Well, basically it's just the dun, 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 dun. I haven't even put it in this. I haven't even put it on this roster yet. To be fair, 90. Oh, what is it? Oh god! I never make a layout dark. 9725. It's a 9725. Trying to think the best. Probably Junction 1 actually. Probably the best one to put it on. The lights are still a bit bright in there for my liking, so I need to turn them down a bit. But yeah, basically I've got all the step lights and everything. They're all, yeah, you can see the step lights. Oh, there's the 08. And I've actually got the headlights and all that sort of stuff as well. Got some horns in it as well. Yeah, it's pretty cool, actually. What's this you're sharing? Oh, hello, Road and Rails. Oh, unpowered Caroline Saloon. Oh, I didn't know he had a sound file for that. Oh, hang on. Not that one first. I have a Hornby 08 and BR Blue. Which one have you got? I've put a few little extras in mine, as I always do. Cobwebs in this blooming. Yeah, we can change the direction. Here we go into daytime. Very cool. Hot Dog Pilot Andy, yes, it is a Hornby 08. I don't actually have any Bachmann ones, actually. I have the first Great Western one, which you can see on the screen, and then I have the D3200, which is a Hornby one as well, and that's the same as well. It's got all lights in it as well. Iron Horse, are you off? Night night guys, film time. Cool, have a good evening mate, we'll see you all soon. Look at that, I said I'd only do like an hour and I'm virtually done. Yeah, look at that, I've virtually done 2 hours now, haven't I? Might as well finish it up. Never mind, but at least the stream seems to be working quite well this evening actually. So last time we were plagued with lots of difficulties, being the word, I think would be the word I'd use. Where did I put the Stay Alive? Stay Alive's in the front. Stay Alive's behind the radiator grille, and then the speaker is above the motor gearbox. The decoder's on top of the motor, and then everything's wired in. There's nothing in the cab because the cab's basically been painted and fully detailed up, basically. So yeah. I want to add capacitors. I want to add a capacitor to some lights to make them fade off to emit cool down floodlights. Yeah, that would work. That would work. Just make sure you get your voltages of the capacitors right, because if you don't, then you're going to get a loud bang, basically. Thoughts on the new 08 Deluxe model with auto uncoupling? It's a cool feature, it's a gimmick, it's a nice idea. I see lots of people moaning about the price and everything like that, but at the end of the day, if we want better models, if we want all these extras and all these luxury things like lighting and automatic uncoupling and all this sort of stuff, this is what we have to pay for the models. it's, you know, people moan about the prices all the time and everything like that, but honestly, we go to like the German market or something like that sort of thing, you look at some of the model prices in the German market and they're astronomical, but they don't bat an eyelid about paying the price for them, because at the end of the day they're good quality models, and that's the thing we've been striving for in the UK for so long. We've wanted good quality models, we've wanted all these really nice things, but for some reason the second we get them we start there, oh no, I can't pay that for it. Just I'm not going to get started on it, really. It saddens me that it just saddens me that, quite frankly, it is just yeah. People are going to moan regardless at the end of the day, so we might as well have what we want and do it the way we want it. You can't win, basically. No matter what you do, it's always going to be a problem. And just to finish off the stream, why not? Why not? Why would I not run Thomas? It's a model railway. Let's have some fun with it. Cinders and ashes. That's the one for you. Robbie Woo, thanks. They just add a bit more. They add just a bit more interest to the layout. Or more John moves, yeah. Very funny, Peachy. Good to see you in the chat, though, mate. Yes, Thomas. I get more interest in blooming Thomas than I do any other modelling. What's that all about? Crikey. There we go. The annoying thing about Thomas, though, is he doesn't have a coupler on his front. So you basically have to send him off. I'll show you. You basically have to send him off to the turntable. Very cool. I wonder how Annie and Clara... They might look a bit small being pulled by something like that. Well, I started late, so I'll finish a bit late. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Will you now? He looks so out of place with every other model on this layout. Oh, we're getting bright sunshine now. You spin me right round. Come on, Thomas, all the way round. Oh, the 08's made its way back in as well. Cheeky little engine, isn't he? Driving along the turntable. God. If you happen across a 1-2-1 prop shaft, oh, do you know what? There's been quite a few people moaning about the prop shafts on those, actually. I don't think it's the prop shaft per se, but I think it's the actual... There's a collar that sits into the actual flywheel, so the flywheel itself has a collar that basically receives it, and that spins. I have seen it done before. I can't remember who it was that had it on YouTube, but someone actually glued that sort of knuckle in, and that seemed to rectify the problem he was having. See a man over here? My head's just blocked by that hut by the looks of it. Collar holds the ball apart. I've pinched the ball in the outer escape. Had the same problem, John. Sent mine back. Yeah. I think you're not the only one that's had problems with those. I did have one of the Batman ones once upon a time. It's a really nice model, but the thing is, it's a Western. It's a Western model, so it doesn't really fit with what I do. It doesn't really fit with what I do on this layout particular, but then again, rule one, I guess. Again, one of those models that I probably shouldn't have sold, but I did, so. Come on, Thomas. Come and get Annie and Clarabelle and get them out of the station. Right, well on that note then we'll call it a night there, guys. Really do appreciate it. Thank you ever so much for watching again. Yeah, we shall get Thomas to see us out basically, and I shall see you all very, very soon for yet another one. Next one, I will try and do it for the 15th of September. Yep, 15th of September. Let's try for that one. That should be a good day actually for it. But yeah, no, appreciate everyone watching. I did see at one point we got up to 42 people in, which is absolutely staggering. I really do appreciate that. It's really cool to... oh, hang on, give me my neck. You run off and left us, Thomas. What have you done? So yeah, no, I really do appreciate everyone coming into the stream, everyone enjoying it. Thanks again. Do remember to hit that like button on the way out. It goes a long way to helping the channel. And yeah, take care, everyone. That camera's done that weird thing again. Anyway, take care, guys. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you all soon.